In this episode of Bali Marine Life, you'll find out where this bizarre fish sheds its skin. Hello underwater friends, this is Kim from Bali Marine Life, and in this episode, you're going to learn about a bizarre creature called the sea moth. Let's get started. The sea moth is a benthic fish. It doesn't have scales, instead it has plates of body armor. And it walks around on modified pelvic fins. They look like little hooks like a bird, and they're just crawling around the bottom. It also has modified pectoral fins which come out like wings, and that allows them to glide, and they will use that gliding behavior in mating and for some quick getaways. Their tails have little rings in it that make them very flexible, and at the end of their tail is a caudal fin, again for those quick escapes. You may notice it has a bizarre rostrum or snout, and its mouth is not actually at the end of that snout like it would be on a pipefish or other fish. Instead, the mouth is on the bottom, and it opens up its mouth and by the act of opening its mouth, it can suck in little worms or little benthic invertebrates. It eats tiny little things off the bottom. It is active in the day, so therefore it feeds in the day. And it doesn't have any teeth, so it can't eat big things. It can only eat small invertebrates. What's interesting about the sea moth is that they're usually found in pairs. And divers who went to Sidam, which is a dive site in Tulamben, Bali, earlier this morning, right before I went, they said they saw a pair of sea moths. And sea moths are monogamous in that the male and female will mate for life. And when it's time to spawn, they will swim up into the water column, release their eggs and sperm simultaneously into the water column, where the planktonic larvae will drift away, never to be seen or heard from the parents again. And like many reef fishes, this is called broadcast spawning, when they release their egg and sperm like that. Well, you may notice there are things growing on the back of this sea moth. There's algae and hydroids and things growing on the sea moth. That's because it's very slow moving, and this is shallow water, about 35 feet. So there's really good sunlight here. And that makes it kind of hard for this fish to get around if this stuff just keeps growing and growing and growing. So about every 5 days, the sea moth will shed its skin, and it'll get rid of all these unwanted things growing on it. And then it'll grow back a new skin, and that's just another form of protection. And those algae and hydroids do help it in camouflage. They just don't want too much of it on themselves, because that would drag it down and cause it to move a little slower. Now, sea moths are vulnerable to humans, not this particular species, but there is a type of sea moth called the brick sea moth, and which is used in Chinese medicine. And millions of those brick sea moth are harvested each year. And they're harvested by trawl nets. Another threat to this species is the aquarium trade, because they are so bizarre and cool to look at. Someone to keep them in captivity. And lastly, they are actually dried out and used as ornaments in some Asian cultures. Well, I hope you enjoyed learning about this bizarre creature, the sea moth. For more videos like this, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching.